Hello. Cool. Yeah, it just decided to disconnect everything in OBS. Cool. So there's probably no audio for this whole thing. Dang. I'm like on the 4th floor of this fucking run. Man, that's really... I'm at almost 50 minutes of recording. All down the crapper because fucking Windows Update does not set things back to the way it found it. That's neat. Thanks, Windows. Thanks. Tanks, but no tanks. Alright, let's get chest friendship and this key. We'll go fight the boss, and then maybe we'll just, we'll sell some more stuff. We'll probably sell some more stuff at the end of this fight. Thank you for telling me. I would have done this whole stream completely and totally without ever once having noticed that. So it sounds like I'm a little pissed, but I'm not pissed at you. I'm very, very, very appreciative of you letting me know about that. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Fucking terrible dodge. These bullets are going too slow, that's what it is. We're gonna have slow down, blow down bullets. There we go. How have you been? I'm gonna have to go back and think about everything I said and re-say it. I appreciate that. I've been... So here's the gist of the conversation thus far. I went on a long drive in my new Tesla, and had a really good experience with the autopilot. It was very nerve-wracking initially, but I've grown to accept it as an amazing, amazing thing. I got more scared about other drivers because of how much time and kind of freedom I had to watch other drivers while I was being autopiloted around, and it was extremely neat. But I don't think anybody should be allowed to drive now. I think it should all be self-driving. It's just too scary. It's too scary out there. Saw a guy in a new Audi drive around like a fucking madman. I was going 7 over the speed limit. He went at least 20 miles an hour faster than me. Oh no, it's not a test drive. I bought one. I just haven't had much of opportunity. I got it last Monday. I haven't had a lot of opportunity to use the autopilot features. I already thought I was going to be a huge fan, but I didn't know how huge of a fan I was going to be until I really got... Like, so I've been wanting for over a week now to just go on a drive. So I drove... Yeah, of course, at the time being. But I gotta tell you, the more comfortable I got with it, the more I could see how it would really extend my range of road trips. Like, instead of needing to feel like, if I feel a little bit sleepy, it's time to fucking fully stop the car and, you know, get a hotel room or whatever. If I was driving with someone else, and the two of us were moderately attentive, I feel like I could have gone for so much longer with the autopilot. And I think autopilot in semis is going to be amazing. Or if people, you know, autopilot for people that drive for a living, long distance, stuff like that is going to be fucking, like, mind-blowingly useful. The fatigue argument was, like, one that I was like, they probably won't be paying as much attention if it's self-driving, or they'll more likely fall asleep because they're paying less attention, but it's not that way at all. I was paying so much more attention to the stuff that actually fucking mattered because I wasn't worrying about like every input. And it really allowed me to see how recklessly everybody drives. Like, there were so many people out there driving like, not only were they invincible, but everybody else on the road agreed to be murdered by them. Like, I don't know. I think long term, I know it sounds silly now because I was already uncomfortable when I started driving the thing, started letting it self-drive, but I guarantee that once full self-driving is available, I would feel completely comfortable taking a nap after a year or so of getting used to it. Like, and if everyone was in self-driving vehicles, I would feel the most comfortable. I really think that, like, this idea that, like, putting things in the hands of people is the only way to keep it safe is, like, arbitrary and fundamentally backwards. What's up?
Is that cool microwave Ashley has?
I can't tell the size or anything.
It's just like normal size.
Oh, why did you...
It's just cute.
Oh. Why would it be worth buying another microwave for?
Can you get rid of ours?
Ours works perfectly fine. You don't buy stuff just because you want the exact same thing. But yeah, I like everybody I talk to about a Tesla is like, don't you feel that it's so dangerous? Like, what if something goes wrong with the technology? What if it stops paying attention? What if it's not aware of, like, what's happening around it? And it's like, man, I saw people today who were fully aware and didn't care. I saw tons of people who, like, if they had taken 2 seconds and turned off their full attentiveness, could have, like, you know, smart vehicles could already be hacked. The thing about worrying about if someone could hack it is, like, there are already ways to enter into people's vehicles. Or there's maybe not already ways, but there are paths to be able to steal somebody's vehicle to fuck with the driving stuff, because vehicles are pretty well connected these days. Like, oh my god, we're 1 away from the Cormorant transformation. God damn it. And we're not going to get it. Because we're too close to the end. But I'm not any more worried about being hacked than I am someone finding a way into a vehicle or hacking my internet. I think that if people wanted to weaponize self-driving vehicles, there are much easier ways to weaponize things that are similar. I don't think that, like, I think that's a very good argument. I just fundamentally disagree with it. I think worrying about that is the same thing as what people were saying was, like, having the internet, having access to your emails and stuff shouldn't be allowed, because if anybody could hack into it, they could find all your information. And yeah, that's true. They absolutely could. But that didn't stop us from utilizing email. That didn't stop us from utilizing every tool that's been pretty integral to the growth of communication, the development of technologies that better humanity. The what could go wrong scenarios are really, really good to pay attention to, but they're not a reason to just stop development. Man, shit. I gotta screw myself there. I think it's important, and there need to be constant checks for things like that. But, like, it's really the people are always focusing on the what if this could be weaponized in a bad way, and they're very, very rarely focusing on the fact that, like, it's like the, you know, the handful of vape deaths while people are still letting cigarettes be sold. It doesn't, there's so many actual harmful things going on with the way that we're currently operating, that the fact that people are so willing to look over those because they're used to them is kind of the problem. The current technology, human beings driving at 80 miles per hour. Oh shit, no, I didn't win yet. Okay, it didn't work because I restarted my computer. Good. Human beings driving at 80 miles per hour while being so easily distracted and so imperfect when it comes to driving is a huge, frightening problem that we are so comfortable with that we don't think about. There are hundreds of thousands of human error automobile deaths a year. There are, you know, plenty of mechanical deaths, but there have been, I think, like 18 total fatalities in the 6 years or something that, or 3 years that Teslas have been on the road with the enhanced autopilot. There have been either 3 per year or 6 per year deaths related to that. Like, such a small number. I need the statistics because I kind of am bullshitting right now. I don't know off the top of my head what the statistics are. But it's so significantly lower. But people still are like, well, what if it goes wrong? What if it stops paying attention? What if it this? What if people look at their phones when they're driving? We've attempted through laws and through ad campaigns and through PSAs to get people to stop looking at their phones, but we can't. It's like, it's so fundamental. I mean, I'll get mad when somebody does it, and then I'll catch myself doing it. Like, oh, I really need to change a song. Oh, somebody texted me. It's got to be important. Like, I don't ever respond to a text. I will absolutely never respond to a text while driving, while fully in control of the vehicle. But, I fucking will if the car's doing the driving. Like, I changed music so much more while I was on autopilot, and so much more comfortably while I was on autopilot today. When I've been in the car with a ton of people who like pull out their phone, look through their, like search for music, some song they heard while barely paying attention to the fucking road, and just feel completely comfortable doing it. It's like, we're all hypocrites about it. We don't want the technology to make things potentially more dangerous, but we're willing to let our own human foibles and flaws make things much more dangerous for us. Because at least it's in our hands. It doesn't matter if the numbers are so much higher. Yeah, I mean, I drank and drive for a long fucking time because I felt invincible. It was stupid, and I'm like, it's embarrassing that I did it. It's horrendous. No, that filled up so much of my ammo just getting hit. I forgot about that. There's going to be like no way to use this weapon. I was a major alcoholic, basically, for a number of years. And I would just fucking go out to the bar, drink as many shots as I could in as short a span as I could, and then drive home. When we moved to Washington State, the first place we lived, the bar was on the other side of a police station from our house, so I drove home past a police station a number of times because I'm a fucking inconsiderate idiot. I could have killed any number of people. Like, I am completely at fault for this same shit that people do all the time, and I don't think I deserve any, like, sympathy for it. I was a fucking selfish piece of shit. And, kept driving. Kept putting myself behind the wheel and putting other people's lives on the line because I didn't see it that way, because I was short-sighted. Like, And that's what's still allowed to happen because we still let people drive cars. I hope that by the time I'm old, that fully autonomous vehicles are all over the place. We will watch the numbers go down so drastically if the entire road is populated by self-driving vehicles. The deaths per year will be maybe in the hundreds instead of the tens of thousands. Because there are going to be some cornering situations. I mean, I don't drink anymore because I finally saw how bad it got. It almost ruined my marriage. It ruined my... I mean, I could have ruined my job. The job I have now, that's like the best job I could have ever imagined myself in a field that I've been working in for a long time. Like, I was being destructive and self-destructive and all this stuff, and I'm not saying any of this because I think that it's worthy of praise that I got out of it, because the number of lives I put in danger in the time when I was doing it were still put in danger. I just got fucking lucky that I didn't hurt anybody. I think it's shameful, and I am ashamed of it, and it's not something that I think deserves sympathy or praise. I don't. I think I am okay with feeling ashamed of something shitty that I did for a long time. And I think that more people should learn to feel shitty about some of the decisions they make. I don't know. Like, I appreciate what you're saying, but like, that's not the point of me bringing it up. The point is that, like, people do shitty things all the time. And I am of the mindset that it is more important to take the shitty things away from people if they're not going to fundamentally learn how to take it away from themselves. It's as simple as that. Like, it's the gun ownership argument that I make. Like, hundreds of deaths per year mean that people shouldn't have guns in their house. It's something that upsets people because people are feel very strongly about their gun rights. I feel very strongly about gun ownership too, but I feel in the other direction. Just being able to endanger other people's lives so flippantly is something that needs to stop. And I didn't always feel this way, but I definitely do now. Whoops, fuck. Well, we didn't get the Cormorant. We got 3/4 of it for the 100th time. Let's go to these other rooms. Actually, going to other rooms is just going to make us stronger, too. Dang, we need keys. I'm happy with the way that things turned out. I'm happy that it didn't take someone literally dying for me to get out of the situation. But I'm not happy that it happened for as long as it did. And I'm never going to be happy that it went on for as long as it did, because the entire time I was endangering other people. Like, I don't know. I can just, like, you know, you'll see a TV show or a movie or something and they talk about alternate realities, they talk about the multiverse, they talk about things like that, about how at every moment the path forks. And there are so many moments in which the path of my life forked to disaster because of my own doing that I can't even quantify them. I can't even think of how many it is. And that's true, and that's shitty. Like, I'm insanely... I'm not a religious person, but blessed is like the closest word to what I feel when I think about how fortunate I am that I didn't fucking run over a child or something. Like, or directly run into a police car and then miss enough days of work from being arrested that I got fired and then my wife divorced me. Like, this is a stream of events, and it's, the thing is, for the average person, those streams of events that could lead to, like, a disastrous situation, they're pure fiction. They're pure, like, worst case scenario reasoning. But that's not how it was for me. These were right around the corner scenariuses. Hey, what's going on here? Why are there 3 beams? How is this happening? I think that wasn't supposed to happen. Why is this thing needing to reload? I don't know what happened there. I got some weird synergy. Oh! It was the 2 instances of Turkey giving me ammo back. Yeah, I mean, I drank too much for like 5 years. I did get in a car accident once during that time. I ran into the back of a friend's car who I was following in the rain. Very slow speed collision, but you know what I did? The 2 of us went out drinking the next day. Like, that's the thing that people don't realize. Like, it's so easy to justify something that you enjoy, especially when your brain is like chemically addicted to it. You don't see all the shit that goes wrong. It does go wrong, but you just don't see it. It's not there for you, it's there for other people with real problems. You don't have real problems. It's just fucking, it's nuts. But anyway, I love my car. I want fewer human beings in control of the lives of the people around them on the road. I want many more smart machines doing it. That was a good LGLF. I only got hit once on the old King, but it was a really stupid hit taken, so... God, that was a good run. I'm sorry that the first almost 50 minutes of the video were muted. Hey, Tobistan, thank you for the subscription. Oh man, I appreciate that. You got yourself a little arrowkin beside your name now. I can't believe that is like the 4th time I've gotten 3 pieces of Gun Knight armor. I played this game for 1,500 hours and I cannot get the Cormorant transformation. My God.